there's a lot of discussion this year that Bellaire is a relatively inexperienced team, that most of the standouts from last year's outstanding team have graduated. But Bellaire, if they do have one strength, it's on the defensive side of the football. They returned 10 out of the 11 starters are lettermen. They didn't start last year, but they did get enough experience to letter. So on the defensive side of the ball, they have an outstanding secondary, pretty good defense.
2nd down and 9 from the 43. Abdallah back to the air. Another man open in the flat, and another first down for Edison. I'll tell you what, they're looking pretty impressive here in the early going. Corey Miller on the reception. Edison racking up the yards.
Yeah, Corey on that play ran a nice route. He was relatively wide open, and Abdallah does a nice job of delivering the football on this play.
This kind of attack seems like it's suited for Abdallah. He moves very well, rolling out, stay away from the pressure, finding an open man. And I asked Coach Bain beforehand, are we going to see Air Bain here today? And he said, no, you're going to see more like Ground Patton, but I guess he lied to me.
Yeah, I think he had a couple of wrinkles up his sleeve.
Little fumble there on the snap, and it's going to cost Edison. Lemley in with the tackle again. Looked like there was a little bit of a mix-up as Abdallah took the snap. He looked like he fumbled it a little bit, and it's going to cost him maybe a yard.
I tell you, Blaire's doing a great job of pursuing the football, Dave, on every running play. There's 3 and 4 tacklers, and they seem to be led by Mr. Jeremy Lemley right now. He's doing a nice job of pursuing the football.
He's having a big game so far from his linebacker positions.
They had a chance at the pregame there to check out. I'll tell you, Mike Abdallah, he's only 6 foot tall, but he's a pretty sturdy-looking fella for a quarterback, Dave, and looks like so far in the early going, he's done an outstanding job for the Edison Wildcats.
Well, I believe this is his 3rd year starting, so he has a lot of composure and experience back there, and obviously it's paying off.
I tell you, things are really looking up in Edison. This is the first time they've ever started out 2-0. Of course, they're a relatively new school. It's only their 4th year of existence, but a lot of optimism in the Wildcat camp.
They did lose the yard. 2nd down 11. Abdallah going up top, and that's going to be picked off. Picked off by DJ Sokor, actually. Sokor with the interception. And they just went to the well one too many times.
Well, the coaching staff from Bellaire tells me that DJ may be the quickest Big Red. He can really put him down and go. So he was beaten a little bit on that play, did a nice job recovering. Big interception. The Bellaire offense is in business.
A little too much air under this pass. It looked like the receiver had a step. Pytash out there, but Sokor recovers, and he comes up with a big play. So now Bellaire on offense, and I'll tell you what, we're going to see it right off the bat, but Edison comes in with the sack, number 86. Brent Noble with the sack for Edison. Flag down on the play, though.
Well, we talked about one of the keys from Edison's standpoint. They need to control the line of scrimmage. Conversely, on the Bellaire side of the football, Dave, they need to protect the quarterback. In the first game against St. C, Bellaire had a relatively easy time, but St. Clairsville did get to Ty Massarelli a few times, so Bellaire is going to need to protect that pocket and keep it safe so Ty can throw the ball downfield.
Penalty against Bellaire. They're going to be moving back. Ty Massarelli, the Bellaire quarterback, didn't have a lot of time. We talked to Bain about Air Bain. You know it's Air Magistra out here. There's no question there. I'll tell you what, this Bellaire program probably throws the ball better than any program right now in the Valley.
Well, they have a little different look. It's really tough for opponents to prepare for Bellaire because they've made a commitment to the pass. And going into last year, they said Jose Davis was going to average 300 yards a game passing, which is unbelievable. He did. This year, same mode of attack. They're going to throw the football.
Going right back to it. Massarelli going up top, and this is a floater. Oh, and it's almost picked off. Ben Taylor made an attempt.
Dave, I just talked about the commitment Bellaire's made to the pass. How many teams on 2nd and 25 would throw from their own 6-yard line? Not too many, but like you said, Air Magistra, they're going to air it out, and doesn't matter field position. They're going to throw the football.
I made a mistake there. That was the Sokor incomplete. Massarelli, your quarterback. Lacondas, Preston, Taylor, Call, and Allen, your offense. Look at the line. Keller, McFeely, LaRoche, Sechrist, and Chirpus. Good offense all around. Draw play. Lacondas, he's going to pick up a couple, but not nearly enough on 3rd and 25. So Bellaire is forced to punt, and Edison looking at some great field position here with 6:52 left to go in the first quarter.
Well, Clint Lacondas was an outstanding secondary man for the Big Reds last year. He stepped in the offensive backfield this year, and last week, great performance, 176 yards against Beaver Local.
Taylor back to punt. Leak back for Edison. And Corey Miller, and that's a heck of a punt. Miller's going to fair catch it. Going to take over at the 42-yard line. Nice punt by Ben Taylor.
Yeah, that punt was 44 yards in the air, and we've already talked about the Mr. Do-It-All, Ben Taylor, and just one time, Dave, I'd like to say it. Benny Taylor, I think, only made second team last year on most of the postseason All-Star teams, but 7 interceptions last year, 85 tackles, 70 pass receptions. The kid just does it all. Unfortunately, he was overshadowed by some outstanding athletes in Richie Mamie and Mr. Davis and company, but just one of the best football performers in the Ohio Valley.
And one of the biggest Division I recruits so far going into Valley, too. A lot of colleges want his services. Here's Leak trying to find some room, and he's not going to find it.
Yeah, and on cue, Ben Taylor with the tackle.
That worked out perfectly, didn't it?
Well, I think
you had that planned, I think.
He's like Richie Mamie last year. All you got to do is give the offense the football and call Ben Taylor's name because, you know, last year Richie Mamie had like 135 or some ungodly number of tackles. This year, Ben Taylor is going to do the same thing. The coach is putting him back at the free safety, giving the opportunity to roam, and wherever the football goes, he's been instructed to follow.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd down and 12 from the 41-yard line. Abdallah rolling out. He's going to keep it. Takes a nice hit there. Jazz call.
Yeah, once again, though, Mr. Taylor lines up 12 yards deep in the secondary, meets the ball carrier about a yard or 2 past scrimmage. But Jazz call, another outstanding performance from a year ago. He's lining up at tight end, and he's going to do a good job from that middle linebacker position.
Abdallah picks up 5, brings up a 3rd down and 7 from the 45-yard line.
This is what Coach Bahan wants, though. They want to control the football. They want Bellaire to go 3 downs and out, and they want to keep the ball in their hands. Shorten the game up a little bit, Dave.
Abdallah looking to the air again on that rollout. Nice play there, broken up. He had a receiver open, but I'll tell you what, Chaz Call makes a nice play to get the hand in there and bust it up on 3rd down, brings up 4th and 7.
Well, Abdallah has put the ball in the air a few times here in the early going, and that's an interesting matchup because the strength of the Bellaire defense is their DBs. They returned that unit just about intact from the championship squad from a year ago.
Tell you what, Mike Anthony is down on the field, and Mike, are you a little surprised by how many times Edison has put the ball up so far?
Not really. When I did the preview this year, they like to throw the ball, but when those good backs are running, you know, it's hard to, you know, go away from that. But they can throw the ball, and Abdallah has a good enough arm. It's just that Bellaire was playing good defense that last time. Now they're punting. You know, it's interesting, David, when you talk about it, how many times have you seen in big games here at Nelson Field and Bellaire when Bellaire has come out on their first drive and really set the tone for the game and go all the way down the field and score a touchdown? Big series for Edison stopping Bellaire the last time. Now, let's see what Bellaire can do when they get the ball for the 2nd time.
Thanks a lot, Mike. And Allen on a return, tackled by Mike Pytash. And Mike brings up a good point there. That's one thing we talked about with the coaches earlier, especially Greg Bain and Magistra knew that Edison was going to try to keep